10 years ago, India was the world's largest importer of defense equipment. Not the second largest, the largest. India was buying weapons from Russia, France, the US, Israel, from almost everyone because it could not build enough for what it needed itself. Defense exports in 2014, approximately $200 million. Dollars. Defense export in 2024-25, $2.6 billion. Dollars. A 13-fold increase in one decade confirmed by India's Ministry of Defense. Here is what that number represents structurally. India is one of the only countries in the earth that independently designs, develops, and produces its own fighter jets, aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, and ballistic missiles simultaneously. Outside the five permanent UN Security Council members US, Russia, China, UK, and France, no other country does all four. The Tejas light combat aircraft, designed and built in India by HAL, entered squadron service and flew combat missions. The INS Vikrant, India's first domestically built aircraft carrier, was commissioned in 2022. The Arihant-class nuclear submarines give India a sea-based nuclear deterrent it itself designed. The BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, the fastest operational cruise missile in the world, was used during combat in Operation Sindoor and struck targets with documented precision. The HAL Prachand attack helicopter made its combat debut. India's indigenous drone program is now building systems that draw directly on lessons from Ukraine and the Iran war. And the exports are real. BrahMos is being acquired by the Philippines. Vietnam is in negotiation. Indonesia, the Middle East countries are buying Indian weapons not because India is politically aligned with them, but because the weapons perform. India is transitioning from the world's largest weapons importer to a genuine defense exporter. That transition in one decade has no precedent among countries at India's income level. The question is whether the domestic manufacturing base can scale fast enough to meet both India's own defense needs and the growing international demand simultaneously.